How to text a girl you like. Advice on how to text girls back. By Michael P. Cheater. This is a short book about techniques to use while texting a girl after getting her number. It answers many questions guys have when it comes to texting girls back. How long should I wait after meeting her? What if she asks, "Who is this?" What should I say? What if she flakes? How do I get her out on a date with me? I want to let you get right to the content, so I'll make this short. For even more examples of texts you can send to girls, check out the crowdsourced text database www.seductiontext.com. How long to wait before you call back and what to do when she asks who is this? This is an age-old question when it comes to pickup advice. How long do you wait before you call a girl back? What I usually do: 1. Text her right when I get the number. This does 2 things. She'll know who it is you can avoid who is this completely, and it verifies that the number she gave you is correct. She'll flip or act awkward if she in fact gave you a fake number. 2. Obviously that first text doesn't warrant a response. I usually wait between 17 days before asking her out. My rule is that I do it when I have time and when I feel like it. I think 14 days is best. 57 days is pushing it, and chances are she'll either forget about you or start to resent you. I've had success texting girls a week after meeting them, but it's more of an exception than a rule. Depends on the girl, I suppose. How to avoid girls giving you their number just to be nice. Why do so many numbers not work out? It is well known amongst guys who pick up girls regularly that most numbers do not work out, i.e. the girl will give you her number but never hang out with you. The only guys that say they have most of their numbers work out are getting like 1 phone number a month. One reason why this is, she only gave you her number to be nice or to be socially acceptable. You're in a social interaction, you're talking. Maybe she wants to leave, but doesn't know how to say it. Girls would rather avoid the social awkwardness of walking away abruptly, or saying no, you can't have my number, than to deal with the consequences of that awkwardness. What is the ideal reason a girl gives her number to you? Because she wants to see you again. She wants to get to know you. She wants to get in your pants. She wants to get fucked by you. Not, she wants to get out of there, and the fastest way is to give you her number and run. So the question now is, how do you do that? The answer is obvious when you think about it. Don't be nice to her. I do some downright crazy shit to girls I just met. Grab their butt, comment on their boobs, tell them I want to fuck them, stare at them for way too long. Understand, I'm doing it essentially to test and qualify them. To ensure they don't waste my time in the future. Another way of looking at it, I'm giving her a social out. If she doesn't like what I'm giving her, now she can say fuck off and run away because I gave her a reason to. An upside to this, it builds attraction and desire as well. If she sees the sexual side of you, it will bring out the sexual side in her. Girls want to be wanted. If you show her that you want her, she'll want you. So even numbers that would have been flaky otherwise are now turned into good numbers. No more lukewarm bullshit interactions where girls make excuses not to fuck you. Fuck me or fuck off. Should you call or text? Back when I started game in 2006, the rule was, it is always better to call. Now, my opinion has changed slightly. Nowadays, everyone has an iPhone or some kind of smartphone. Everyone texts. It's normal. You can still call. I always found phone calls to be too impersonal. They're like a compromise between low commitment, I'm busy so here's this message texting, and real life interaction. I'd call if I had time or if I was booty calling a girl late at night and I'm drunk. Am I going to call a girl to make plans? All 20 that I'm currently chasing? I don't have time for that, and hopefully neither do you. What about the girl? Pickup guys tend to take this rigid, one-sided viewpoint, i.e. call because it portrays my confidence. But what about considering what the girl thinks of calling? It takes 2 to tango. You'll hear sometimes that a girl was impressed that some guy had the confidence to call her. The problem with anecdotes like that is that they're only anecdotes. So one guy had one interaction and you think it applies everywhere? Nope. I've met girls who think talking on the phone is awkward, especially when you don't know the person. They'll see that you're calling and think, wow, this guy's weird, why is he calling me? I don't even know him. So in a way, it has now become almost socially unacceptable to call. Voicemail. Remember that awkward scene from Swingers where the guy who's trying to learn how to get girls leaves some girl a voicemail, and it's awkward as fuck? You don't need to worry about that anymore. Voicemail is obsolete. It pisses me off when people leave me voicemail. Instead of spending 2 seconds to check a text message, I now have to call an actual number, listen to the robot voice, type in my voicemail password, and then I can listen to your message. I can't believe anyone would consider that acceptable. The lesson. It's okay to text, everyone does it. How to set up a date. I had a post before about double booking. It was basically that you could set up multiple dates for the same time so that you could increase your chances of having a date at that time. This post will go more in depth on how to set up a date. It'll incorporate double booking, but in addition explain the challenges and obstacles you may face, i.e. what if both girls say yes? And how to overcome them so things play out smoothly. This is not a one-track game. Just like how a girl never has only guy who is trying to pursue her at any moment in time, you should not just be chasing one girl. This goes for game overall and especially applies to setting up dates. On the way to a date, or after a date, I'll meet new girls that I can then go on dates with either right then and there, later that day, or sometime in the near future. I am always adding to and deleting from my queue. It starts midday. I start texting girls in the middle of the day to set up dates. Usually a ping like hey or yo is fine. I don't want to seem and actually am not too eager. Earlier than that, and I'm busy with my own work. Later than that, I find I get a lot of I already made plans. Sometimes I ask the girl what she's doing that night. Other times I go the other extreme and say something like meet me at 9 at X place. If I get lucky and a girl responds soon with something like okay, see you then all the stragglers either have to be pushed to another day or to another time. I.e. if one says yes, and she seems promising, I'll tell her to meet me at 9. If another one seems flaky but still says yes, I'll tell her to meet me at 7. I actually don't specify a time until I have a general idea of who I'll be seeing. This is why I like text. You can wait as long as you want before you respond. You don't have to respond. Sometimes a girl says hi back, but at that point I've already made some dates, so I just won't respond. Early bird gets the worm. Plan your dates sooner rather than later. I prefer not to set dates too far in advance. If I already have dates for tonight and tomorrow night from today's texts, I just won't respond to the rest of the girls. Sometimes they complain, it always takes you a day to respond. I just don't care. I find that the further a date is set in the future, the less likely it is that it'll actually happen. The girl won't flake. I find the limit is about 1 week. If you set a date 1 week in advance, it's definitely not going to happen. Sometimes, just to be snarky, I'll set up a date 2 weeks, or a month in advance, and then not talk to that girl at all. And then talk to her again a month later. Do your parallel things in parallel. Remember when I said this is not a one-track game? I really mean that. I do this whole routine almost every day, unless I am busy. But the girls I do it to are a completely different set of girls unless there is a particular girl I want to piss off by texting her every day. So what's the lesson here? Be chasing enough girls so that your text rotation has a period of about 34 days. Cut your losses. Recall, not only am I always adding to my queue, I'm always deleting from my queue. I am chasing so many girls, that the ones you don't fit the bill, I just drop. I already know when I meet a girl how much effort I'm going to put into meeting her. If she somehow demands more effort, I'll just stop talking to her. This is why you must do things in parallel. Don't stop till you drop. Sometimes, I'll have a horrible date, finish early, and then booty call everyone I haven't replied to yet. Just the other day a girl came to meet me at 11 p.m. after I hit the gym, because she wanted to get drunk. I had no hope for this girl at all because the initial interaction was super hostile. I basically told her it was horrible meeting her. After all was said and done, she said I was the best fuck she'd ever had. So sometimes the girl's circumstances will work for you, other times against you. The idea is you should be the one choosing who to go for, and who to drop. You should be giving yourself enough opportunities such that you're not thinking about this girl or that girl, you're thinking, who am I going to choose from my stream of women? Meeting a girl and her friends is not a date. Sometimes you'll be talking to a girl, trying to hang out or whatever, and she'll drop subtle hints that she wants to hang out as a group. Don't fall for it. Look, maybe you're really into a girl, and you think this might be your chance to get to know her. I see it from a completely different perspective. And that perspective results in me being pissed off. You see, I see this sort of thing simply as disrespect. If a girl wants to hang out with more people than just you, it's because she does not want to fuck you. She doesn't see you in a sexual way. She knows you're into her. And she wants to keep you at bay. She's using social engineering to do so. Everyone there is just another potential obstacle. The fact that it's a group setting completely changes the context and the expectations of what will happen. There is no opportunity to get to know the girl on a personal level. I mean, unless you're all going to get wasted and play truth or dare or some shit, or you're all so sexually open that you can just start playing with each other out of the blue. But if that were the case, you would probably not be reading this article. Examples of a girl trying to do this. You set up a date, she says last minute, my friend is coming with us, is that okay? Say no. You ask her to hang out, she says, oh, is it like a party or something? Say no. Or sometimes she'll just say it straight up, I won't meet you unless it's as a group. Say no. What to do about it? At this point you have limited choices. 1. You can drop her, but what's the fun in that? 2. Keep asking her out, but don't accept anything other than a one-on-one meetup. I truly believe girls are on some kind of clock which dictates when they are horny and when they're not, so I just wait until they are. Just because you said no doesn't mean you can't continue chasing her. 3. You can go through with a group hangout, but don't say I didn't warn you. It'll at least give you social experience, if that's what you're aiming for. Callback techniques: have a schedule. When you call text girls back, do it on a schedule. Put it in your calendar. This will also help you be emotionally unattached, and unattached to the outcome. I've lost count of how many girls I've gotten this way. A couple times a week I remind myself in my calendar, do callbacks. I usually do them mid-afternoon at work while I'm waiting for code to run or something. Girls literally won't respond to me for months. Then, all of a sudden, they do. We hang out that night, and it's a done deal. One girl told me last night she ignored me for months because she has a boyfriend. Then, thinking she forgot who I was, I texted her the most raunchy fucking shit I could think of. She responded to that, go figure. I didn't text her last week, but she texted me, we can go for drinks now. Callbacks are an emotional roller coaster. Why I always advocate having a process for doing callbacks. First, it keeps your results consistent. You don't blow yourself out by doing something you felt like on a whim. I.e., you're just feeling really great that day, so you want to show more interest in the girl when you really shouldn't have, and just like that, the girl thinks she has you wrapped around her finger. Second, doing callbacks can tug you around emotionally. If you have a process, you can withdraw emotionally. You're just following some steps. This is way easier on text than in real life or over the phone. She's taking a long time to respond. Maybe I said something stupid? No girls are responding to me today, this sucks. She responded. Let's make a date. Yay. I have a date tonight. Oh, this girl's flaking, this sucks. Etc. etc. Desensitize yourself by getting more numbers and trying to nail down a process. Think to yourself, what's the next step to take this where I want to take it? Not, I feel bad, what can I say to this girl to make myself feel less bad? Or I feel good, what can I say to this girl to continue feeling good? Don't chase bad leads. Alright, so you got her number and it went great. Everything is great now, right? You'll just call her up, set up a meet, and obviously she'll be DTF, judging by her initial response to you. Wrong. I can't count the number of times I've been disappointed by seemingly great leads. Conversely, I can't count the number of times I've been pleasantly surprised by girls who I thought it wasn't going anywhere with. What tends to happen when you chase a girl and you think it's on and she ends up not responding how you think she will? You start to chase her. You chase and chase. Days turn to weeks and you're still texting with no response. She might even tell you give up or not interested and you might get into an argument. Do not do this. This is what I call chasing a bad lead. What's really happening? What matters is you and your state of mind. Chasing bad leads, arguing, etc. clouds your mind with negative emotion. You will then transfer this state to other girls you talk to, even girls it's going well with. It'll just make you angry to keep chasing girls who are not DTF. What happens if you stop chasing? This is another form of qualification and showing that you have standards because you do. Oh, you're not going to fuck? Peace bitch. It gives you more time to find girls who are DTF. It gives you abundance mentality because you remind yourself that there are more girls out there, and there always will be. Do not get stuck on these time wasters. In field training. A lot of this stuff you're reading in this book I discovered myself. I'm not going to lie, it was a long process. How can you cut years off the learning curve? Take a boot camp. It's a mix of theory and practice. I elaborate on the concepts introduced in this book and I do live demos. I watch and listen as you approach and correct you in real time. Instead of spending weeks wondering what you've been doing wrong, you get feedback immediately. Let me be your wingman for a weekend. It just might change your life. Learn more here, streetpickup.net. Section Bootcamp, inquire here, info@streetpickup.net.